and Eldrick was laying on the ground, and he goes and grabs the bottom of my dress, and I was like, oh no, it's weird. And he cutest little evil henchman laugh ever. And I was so upset that there wasn't just someone recording to get this adorable little sound that came out of his mouth.
Aww.
We had an evil camera.
It was so good. And then I asked him very politely if he'd let me go so I could leave, and he was like, okay. And that was the adventures of my 3-year-old nephew on my way.
I love it.
That tavern has a jukebox.
It does. This is a very advanced city.
Yes.
Well, this village.
It's okay, the arcade
It's
is
not
down,
church.
or not the arcade, the weapons systems is down here. Yeah, I had noticed that the West Lake had bled into D&D.
Well, that's actually how,
We got
it's
here.
affecting on the doctor.
Poor tie reps can't show up today.
Well, oh yeah,
He had scale toes.
he had a
What are you
malfunction.
using as a pig?
Yeah. You could use your owl. Or your pig.
I love your tiny dice. Why do you have tiny dice?
This is what was in my drawer.
Oh,
I don't even know if these are my dice.
Yeah.
This might be someone else's dice.
Are you okay if I use this cool buff blacksmith guy?
Yeah, you can use blacksmith.
Will you re-invite me if I wasn't planning to ever use this one?
Okay, so, since, invite,
You're gonna be alone with the kids, by the way,
What?
after this. I'll
I
still
am?
run and do stuff.
Here, I don't know,
Okay.
at some point I got my cool D20 back. Yeah.
Where?
And we
I needed you.
That was fun.
But here's some
Been so long, guys, since we've seen you last,
I know,
at least me.
I've had
I was like,
deprivation.
right? That's right. We saw each other.
I don't know. That was a report on both. of them.
Where I learned
I'll worry about that later.
stage fright is a real thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Don't feel bad.
Oh, no, like, I was so ready until everyone was right there. It's like, I was ready to do things in this room, and then everyone was right there. And like, I had this whole thing, and like, I got through it, and then like, I got to like, I was gonna kind of make it funny, because like I said, join your parish, because if you just wanted to leave, you technically had to fake your own death. So I was gonna do this whole haha funny thing, it's like, okay, well, not really perish, but you have to die. But like, everyone was like right there, and so like, I got the first sentence out, and then Gary was like, I'll take it from here. I was like, okay, this is fine.
Hey Gary, is that a microphone you got hanging from the middle of the table?
Yes.
Ah, the sound is only coming through the GoPro. I'm having trouble hearing people at the other end of the table.
Oh,
Well, then, I'm going to, fix it. Well, that's a different music should be for this. In just a second.
We just think about that. That's what they tell me.
Yeah,
It happens to everybody.
yeah,
Even season 12.
it was interesting. I felt bad.
Yeah.
No, I really have. I've been like stressing over it, but like replaying in my head, and I'm like, I like totally have to do that. It's good for the last 2 weeks. Particularly this week, because this week's been hard.
Allows me to stop sharing for a second.
Like my clicker.
he loves
He was
Pokemon.
Oh, it's like an.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yep.
Even cooler.
Okay, it was apparently on a different mic, but it wouldn't recognize the Yeti, so I had to unplug it and plug it back in.
Yep, sounds good now.
Okay. So then screen share, second camera, share. Okay. So now everyone can hear me, everyone can see me. We have an overhead view. We'll get that going. All right, I'll start with opening presents. You want me to start with a present from you, Mr. Brian?
No, the one Mike and I sent you.
Oh, it's up underneath the Christmas tree.
Oh,
This is my present to Brian. Isn't in your hands.
oh, okay. This is Aaron's present to you. I misunderstood.
The big one is for you,
Let's check this out.
like my homemade box.
I do. It's like a puzzle box. You got a frog.
Frog, cool.
A frog.
You have a magical companion.
Very cool. Very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. You can put it next to your character and he can be your Pokemon.
All right, and then I got this other gift. It's a box I can use as a building. That's awesome.
Yay.
This guy lives here.
He can be the Boxman family.
Well, it makes sense. You see the poor people living in boxes under bridges and stuff. So.
Mhm.
Make it work.
Hmm. I got. Ooh, I got like some crazy archer guy. Archer guy. Can you see him?
He reminds me of
Very cool.
the Little People movie. I can't remember.
The Lord of the Rings.
No, it's
Go in there.
The-
People who are in there.
epic. Thank you.
And
Oh,
I have to open the
It looks like they're
upstairs too. Okay, going to go get your
right on bats and right on hummingbirds.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Sorry, I didn't know it was open tonight, or I would have had it down here.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be either, but we opened other gifts, so I figured we might as well.
I mean, it is our last session before Christmas, so
Yeah.
it makes sense.
So I have my breath weapon. I have one charge on short rest. And my channel divinity, but they have like, it looked like I had like a different channel divinity thing going on. Oh, we did a lot.
Oh, wow, that's a big one.
Big box.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's been really valid.
Yes. Got reinforced tape on it. All right. Okay, these Xmas gifts are for Gary from Mike and Brian.
Oh.
I got suitcases of things like,
Oh, my.
Oh, wow.
they're like fake cases, like.
Before you open the suitcase, is it ticking?
It is. I don't know what that means. Oh, wow. Oh, so. Looks like I got sent a crap ton of various figs.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's full.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I want to see this.
I'm.
Okay, so everybody, this is the first box of various figs of.
First box.
Yeah.
There's another one in there
There's. Dang.
of various different figs and whatnot.
Whoa, there's a whole slew of trolls.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to fight all of this game. Also,
Wait till you see the other box.
Brian.
yeah, forget this whole safe city thing you guys are throwing down.
Joke's on you, it's overrun and infested with trolls.
Joke's on you, I'm into that.
Like I said, wait till you see the second box.
Good. Oh yeah, you get a wife who she's like 6 foot, she's like 8 foot tall and like all muscular and like, ah, sucks to you. I'm into that.
Ooh, check out this one. It's the box of dragons.
Oh my goodness.
You guys are so screwed.
There's just so many.
Yeah.
I love
These are all those miniatures that I was telling you about, Gary. These are the official D&D ones when Wizards relaunched D&D.
Yeah.
And they came out with all these figures. This is pretty much the end. Actually, I'm certain there's at least one of everything that came out.
Holy crap.
Because I bought a whole case because I wanted to try and get them all.
So you caught them all.
Yeah. and they've been sitting in Connecticut for ages, not being used. So I thought they'd get much better use there.
Well, thank you, Mr. Brian.
You're very welcome. Merry Christmas.
I'm so excited to fight all those monsters later.
Yes. Well, just give me a minute. I'll like you guys get a drink and then instant death.
Extra long rest.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you, Mr. Brian. That is absolutely awesome. And thank you, Aaron, for like the incredible Archer fig, which is now in the bar hanging out with you guys because I couldn't just leave him out. All right. So we're going to start today's game with something that seems to be fitting for the season. You've had time to rest, heal your wounds. You've been given your standard pay of 300 gold by death for going up a level. You've been up a level? Well, you went up a level last time.
You did?
No,
And into this game, we'll go.
at the end of this game, you're gonna go up.
This level, this game, we should be level 8.
No,
No, after this game. So okay,
Got it, okay. I was like,
I got confused on the games. Well, anyways, but you still have your long rest, and you heal your wounds. He sends you to the Blackburn area, the area of and the city of New Alexandria. It's a city where mages go to learn their craft and also science as well. There seems to be a blending of science and wizardry in some sort of they meet in some sort of a weird place in the middle. Now the place is very upper end. A lot of these places are wealthy and rich because high-end wizards make money selling their craft, and professors and rich people are the ones who can afford to go to universities and things like that. So it's going to be a little bit of a snootier area than you've been used to. Now, there are anomalies that have been going on in this area. Death has detected them, not from his usual sources of talking to the spirits of those that he's walking to the afterlife, but in the hourglasses that he has themselves. And he knows, where everyone is from that hourglass. It says their location. You can see how much time they have left. But these hourglasses have been in flux. They've been changing the amount of sand they have. Sometimes the sands of time have stopped flowing. The shape of the hourglass itself, which reflects the person's inner character, their soul, those have been changing. So some subtle changes, some drastic, and he doesn't know what would cause this. that is outside of his realm of power. He's not even aware of any of his brothers and sisters who would do this. Perhaps fate, but fate herself to make that many changes to that many people would be unheard of. It would be an insane drain on her power, and she's a big stickler and not changing fate unless it's to her advantage, and he can see no advantage for her to do this. And
On this
like I
scale.
said, and on that scale, it almost seems beyond her as well. She can make minor changes into one person's life, but to an entire town all at once, not even fate can weave that fast. Or reweave. So the town, usually you go in there's some town greeter, or you enter into a marketplace. This, you smack dab, basically how you get in town is you go through the bar.
I love that.
The tavern
I
is.
feel like Q's gonna like this already.
So you guys are in the bar and people are hobnobbing it up there,
And then I said to that old stiff, your theory of quadratic equations were completely ludicrous. Obviously, you haven't, you don't understand mathematics in the slightest. I'm a mathematician. I'm not sure if I've noticed that, Jack. This is the 13th time you've mentioned that. Oh, well, anyway, so I'm a mathematician. And math is a universal language of everything. Even magic is subject to it.
and so you hear all these conversations, and the waitress, greetings, lords and ladies. A table for 3, 4, 5, 6 of you, would it be?
5,
Brian's here.
6.5. That's right here.
Yeah, easy.
Amazing. So 6.5.
All right, we have a strict policy though. We won't serve the little one anything alcoholic above a beer.
Got it. We're not gonna let her have a beer. I want beer. You don't know what beer is, Maisie? No. Okay.
No.
Maybe root beer, guys. That's the best kind, right? Right?
And so so if you guys are, going to the table, like you could have just said, no, we want to keep going through, but it seems to be kind of a tradition. Everyone who comes through stops and gets some drinks.
Try and find my mushroom.
And then so she goes around and asks everyone, their drink order, what would you like, type thing. And they also they provide there's some simple meals there. You can get ham and cheese grilled sandwich, and they put tomato in it and stuff like that. Not like a full-on restaurant, but like bar food type thing. So they're simpler meals. So she asked if you guys want anything. They have famous flaming hot wings, and if not, you can get them any temperature you want.
Bonnie would like a chimichanga,
Yeah,
raspberry lemonade.
they can do that. Raspberry lemonade and chimichanga coming up.
2 tankards of your finest ale and a quesadilla.
Quesadilla.
I don't know if I have a whole case of them, but I'll get you what I can, sir. And let's see, so and the bard starts playing in the corner. You think to keep the people entertained. Very progressive, sort of liberal area. Here they're talking about all kinds of forward thinking, sometimes maybe a little too forward thinking ideas. If you listen to them, you're like,
It's
I
not
like
very
this
well.
song.
So as the music starts to play itself, gonna just put her hand like on Maisie's like shoulder, like it kind of clutched to like to protect her from like the evil bard, right? She's like, oh wait, okay.
The evil bard.
She has PTSD.
Not all bards are evil.
It's true. She
That's
has.
a very, that's a very damaging
Did you say
stereotype.
After let it go, she just can't.
Did you say anything like that to her, like, you know, be careful of the art or anything?
No, I just grab her shoulder and then I just say, oh, never mind, we're safe.
You know? And so she's looking around, taking it all in, like I said, a lot of conversation about academic papers and different things like that. And a lot of people are talking about this dig and how it absolutely blew them away. They've never seen an archaeological dig on this scale before. And so people are coming from all around to study this, in incredible find.
What did they unearth?
Well, are you going up to somebody to talk to them about that, or?
Yeah, just so Bonnie will take her chimichanga and her lemonade, and she'll go sit down with the academics and kind of ask follow-up questions like what was unearthed.
Well, it is nice of you pretending to have an interest, ma'am. But so you know, we don't pay for services such as yours. I'm a married man.
Bonnie just got called a harlot.
And
Dude,
and
Bonnie wasn't even flirty. Like all she did was sit down.
The other gentleman is well, perhaps we should at least hear her price list of services first. So,
Bonnie just got
Listen,
called a
sir,
harlot.
just because I'm dressed this way doesn't mean that I'm a harlot. I am, in fact, a very, very unscrupulous mercenary. It is completely different.
So you don't have those services? The younger one is,
She kind of gives a wry smile and leans in. Well, that depends on the price now, doesn't it?
he turns red.
Does the little collar bit.
Yeah.
Metaphoric steam.
So what? So seriously, what would your interest be in such scholarly pursuits?
Tilt her hat back. I happen to have a degree from the Purdue Online University.
Oh.
I am an associate in general studies with a C average.
Oh, I see here. Yes.
The world of academics is my entire world.
Yes, well, here we tend to look down on people with only one doctorate degree. I think, considering your level of education and obviously financial status, and of course the fact that you're a woman, I don't think that you would understand such matters.
I'm going to do a sleight of hand check. Let's see. 8 plus 7 is 15. So she leans forward and puts a drop of the love potion in his drink while she says to him, I'm very sorry to have bothered you, so all I wanted to do was listen to you ramble on about the things you're passionate about, but if you're not interested in talking to me, I will simply bid you a quick cheer and we'll move on. And she tries to persuade them to take a drink of their now spiked drink.
Well, it'll get you to leave me alone. Women should be, seen and not heard, gentlemen.
To women,
We're here.
good stuff.
Excuse me,
Not trying
Quentin.
to offend- Not trying to offend-
Something on it.
not trying to offend people in real life, I'm just playing a bigoted character. Okay, so then I think the love potion's like a con check of, what was it, like 16 or something? And I made a 7, right?
Solid 7.
I feel like Bonnie should get a bonus to that just because she's a redhead.
Well, she doesn't need a bonus because I have a 7.
Anu is a redhead too. Is that bonus going to apply to Anu?
Yeah.
Ma'am, perhaps I was harsh in my words. I wish to apologize.
Don't worry about it, sugar. I'm just gonna take my chimichanga and go right over here.
No, come sit with me, please. As you see him pulling off his wedding ring.
But I thought I should only be heard, not seen.
That was a jest.
Jest, he says.
We're
You are so funny.
forward
She
progressive
puts
thinking
she
here.
puts her hand on top of his. You are so funny.
We allow women to own property in these lands. Very forward thinking.
Oh, I love it. One day you might even let them fly their own spaceship, be captain of a mercenary band. Who knows?
Well,
I'm just very confused.
we'll see about that. So you wanted to know about this dig, do you?
I want to know everything, and I want to listen to you. Just tell it to me with that beautiful, sultry voice of yours.
You want to know everything?
Everything, sugar.
Like start at the beginning?
Everything regarding the dig.
Okay. Everything was first compressed into a little tiny, then there was an explosion. And then
Engineer humor.
Well, listen, there was already a university here, believe it or not. And amazingly, one of the students was just digging because he got permission to build a laboratory. And while digging down, he unearthed some unusual artifacts. And then the university got interested and gave him a small grant. And the more they dug, the more they unearthed the technologies that have started to come, from this, and the things that we've learned have boggled the minds of our smartest men in the world, and women in the world. He says, after looking at you, and he goes, and then so the town, because and then people come to would pay great sums to come to the university and to study, and that brought great wealth to the city, and it just grew and grew, and it is the largest open pit archaeological dig ever. And we were able to afford a massive hardened light shield to cover the entire thing. You can walk on top of it and see the entire dig site and the archaeologists working underneath. It is absolutely amazing.
That doesn't seem very useful. How are you going to get down in there? All you can do is look at it from a distance.
Well, we have a means of going in there. There's some portal system the wizards have worked out. They seem to be interested in it as well. There's a whole history of the whole thing. You should really hear a lecture that's going to be happening later this evening. There's kind of a lecture / competition between the wizard and the great professor, or the head professor of the university.
Oh, you men are so smart. Let me guess, you go over to the wizard and you say, bibbity bobbity boo, and he just sends you through the plexiglass. Is that right?
I'm not sure what word or phrase they use, but yes, it's something like that. They say some sort of arcane gibberish, which I'm sure will be outdated anytime now. But let's see. I need a name for this professor.
Dr. Forger.
No.
Of course.
I was thinking Dr. Finkelstein.
We'll just say Griffin. It's Dr. Griffin. So Professor Griffin. So Professor Griffin is going to be in a contest against one of the greatest wizards there. He swears he can outperform with science, one of their top wizards. Well, anyways, I know all this I'm sure sounds fantastical to you, but it's, knowing the man, I think he can do it.
So Bonnie takes like a big bite of the chimichanga.
Are any of you other guys doing anything while this is going?
I would just be listening in on other conversations to see if I could pick up on what they found in the. I don't know what I've rolled for that.
Just like an investigation check, yeah.
Dirty 20.
Well, as far as that goes, they've found new energy sources. It seems to be medical devices that they know they're medical devices, but they have no idea of what they do. They're written in a strange language. Everyone seems to be excited because a lot of what's going to be discussed is going to be talked about tonight by the professor. He's going to, talk more about the finding after the competition with the wizard. All right.
Tyrex is literally.
I think the last thing we want to do is sit around and listen to a stuffy lecture. I think when everybody goes to the lecture, we should go check out the dig site. Nobody will be there.
Ooh.
Good idea.
Where is the lecture going to be out? Are we able to pick up on that?
Oh, it's at the main lecture hall. You can't miss it. You walk past it when you go through town.
Okay.
All right, so that's what Brian wants to do. And yep.
So I'm gonna actually attempt a seduction roll.
They're already in love with you.
Hang on. Mom. What I want to do is persuade him to take us there.
Mhm.
And so she's gonna take another big honking bite of the chimichanga, some of it dribbling down her chin, very ladylike. This all sounds fascinating. You know what would just give me the vapors, seeing this dig site myself with you right on there.
I could right now. Well, that can't be done. It's locked for the evening. But tomorrow, I'm
25.
sure I could.
Oh.
Yeah, but he says like tomorrow, I'm sure I could get us in. But the wizards have it locked down for the night.
That's such a shame because I'm free right now. Sure.
But
That's pretty good.
yeah. But well, why don't we get together this evening? We'll spend time together, get to know each other, and then tomorrow, once the wizards have returned to their tower, I will, beseech them to allow us access to the dig site. You will have to wear, gloves and a mask, of course. There are certain protocols and these little booty things you have to wear on your shoes. Think of that. But yes, as long as you just look but don't touch anything that's designated paths we have to stay on, we could do that. And that's all tomorrow after we've spent the evening together.
So she gives him a little sultry wink and goes, I'll see you tomorrow, sugar. It's a date. And then she walks away.
But tonight,
She walks away.
and the young guy goes, I have 100 gold.
She looks over her shoulder and says, bring it tomorrow. No, she walks away. You gotta leave them wanting more. Rule number 1. Go ahead and move her farther away from you. Yes, there we go.
Back towards the group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she rejoins you guys. She goes, apparently I'm dating a scientist.
That's fair.
That's Mary.
Fantastic.
That's not your usual blacksmith.
All right.
So, a gentleman comes up. Hello, I am Mr. Book. Would any of you happen to be a paleobotanist or a paleontologist of any other discipline?
Thank you.
Yep, that's me. I'm a botanist.
Why, excellent. I'm going to need paleobotanist to try to identify some various herbs and plants and things that I have found recently during one of the digs. My interns have unearthed some interesting specimens that I have yet to been able to identify in the botanical logs.
Okay. I'd be happy to help.
Well, it's late this evening. I assume you're staying the night perhaps in town? I haven't seen you here before. I assume you're new.
I'm gonna just look to the group and say, well, we do have some things going on tomorrow, but we are free to go look at the dig sites tonight.
It's all locked down, unfortunately. The lab isn't locked down where the specimen is, but the dig site is. So if you were that eager, perhaps I could get you a look at the specimens, I suppose.
Well, I'm definitely very interested in learning and helping. However, I can, I'd be happy to go and look at the specimens tonight.
All right,
See what I can do
I'm
for
going to get some dinner. Could you meet me at lab 3?
At lab 3, what time?
Lab 3. Oh,
Lab 3. It's like, right now it's let's see, the sun is setting. What time is it anyways? It's probably around 6-ish now. So
57.
yes. So we'll say 7:30.
All right, my companions and I will be there around 7:30. Thank you.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. And Doctor, what was your name again?
Dr. Cormeyer.
Dr. Kormeyer. He's putting it down. Okay, excellent. All right. I'll have some forms for you to fill out, authenticating your, what university and what you that you've come from. But thank you, doctor. I'll see you at the lab.
There.
So this man obviously seemed a whole lot less bigoted. He didn't presume women weren't scholars or whatever. He just assumed most people that come here have a doctorate degree. So he thought maybe somebody was a paleontologist. Just by sheer chance, the odds were pretty good. So
Just gonna say to the group, well, I mean, I know some stuff, but maybe we want to go find a library.
Some terms.
Can't you just use speak with plants?
I mean, that's fair.
They're dead.
Last time they called me ugly water bags, though, so
Those were the mushrooms.
that's fair. Do I have lots of restoration? Can just bring them back for a minute.
you'd have to tell me. All right, so now you guys have your food, your drink. What would you like to do?
I was told I could probably find a spell or a recipe or whatever to enact my magic mushroom shield thing that I've been wanting to do since like the beginning of the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find someone who can give me the rest of my ingredients for magic mushroom shields.
And how are you going about doing this?
I don't know.
There's a botany lab.
Yeah, the botany lab, we might
There's
be.
a botany lab, there's actually a wizard university type.
Oxford University would probably be the best thing because they're magic mushrooms, and so you're probably gonna need more than just your standard botany.
And you have most of the wizards and the most of the professors are gonna watch the demonstration tonight.
Oh, that's
right.
Yeah, so they're
Stupid
gonna be kind of hard pressed.
demonstrations.
Maybe that's an in the morning.
But you know, tomorrow a lot of these places will be open, so I mean, you can always just spend the night someplace. You could go to the like I said, the competition. You could
So
hobnob it there. Everyone's there. You know that anyone you want to talk to a scientist, they're there. You want to talk to
we know where the dig site's at, right?
yes.
Okay, I wanna just go to the dig site and see if I can find anything, because if it's more than just words that you say to get in through the barrier, I can craft a key.
Oh. I kind of would like to go see the dig site too, just to get an idea of, like, they said medical devices and stuff, but I kind of want to just see it.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
I want to go shopping.
You want to go shopping?
Mhm.
It's okay. So, well, on the way to the to the dig site, there's a few different, we'll get to the marketplace here. There's a few different people in the marketplace. They're selling, the usual various different spirits from, around the world. They're various different meat products. There's a fabric, a salesman. There's a blacksmith selling his wares and whatnot. Let's see.
I'm gonna be with that group too,
Right.
if we're splitting up.
Well, we're gonna have to go through all of us that way anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna have sort of like well, not exactly an encounter, but something's gonna happen before you.
Abby, can you make the list of, you can bring up that list of things you can make.
So you,
Ingredients for you.
It's just things.
Wait, I heard there's an encounter. We should go the other way.
too late for that,
No, this town's not exciting, let's just.
right?
Oh, no.
And you
Maybe Dibbler.
and you hear, well, what happens be the chance that I'd run into you lot yet again?
Yeah, when I said I wanted to go shopping, I didn't mean Dibbler.
I gotta tell you, Mr. Dibbler, this tinfoil hat you sold me, best investment of my life.
I tell you that always trying to probe your mind, trying to learn your thoughts, put things in there that them government types are. I don't trust them. And there's people that come from the stars, they want to probe you. Yeah. You know where? Yeah. That's why I have my underpants, they lock. They're also good for chastity and things like that if you have like a young daughter or something like that, but yeah, I'm protected, coming and going if you got my meaning.
Maybe Bonnie needs some of those special underpants for her baby.
My uncle suggested one of those for me once, but they chafed something awful.
I have some wonderful. I gotta try to do the accents. I can't wait for that. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some wonderful, new items you might be interested in. Besides, before, would you like a meat pie?
Oh, I like meat pies.
Well, sir, here you go for just a silver piece. Here's a meat byproduct pie, hot and fresh.
Done.
Made it yourself.
I already thanks immediately.
So yeah, you get the meat, byproduct pie or whatever. And so apparently when you're eating it, Dibbler's thought on using pieces that not even the most unscrupulous butcher would use. could be overcome by, enough spices and herbs. So it's like, I was like, do you need something to drink?
It's wonderful of snots coming out of his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, so if you had any sort of clogged sinuses, it's gone, they're drained, And he
You
goes,
must give me your recipe.
well, everything's available for a fee from Dibbler. I'll sell you the shirt off my back if you want it. Actually, I really would, one gold shirt if you want it. It's fine shirt. No,
I don't think you're my size, good sir.
so I have this sword. It's the blunt sword of sharpness. Now, it's a little bit weird. See, on this one, on a basically if you roll a 17, 18, 19, 20, it criticals, but it does normal damage other than that, but its critical does psychic damage to the person because they hear the insults that would be the most damaging to them in their head, doing basically psychic damage to them.
It's a backbiting sword.
Yes. It's a blunt sword of sharpness. Then he goes, I have I call it the ring of the colonel. You can know in a 10-mile radius where any chicken is, right? And you can call these chickens and they will attack an enemy of your choice. They don't do a lot of damage, but well, it's on sale, so it's an excellent
How
deal.
much for that?
Oh, now this is really hurting me to sell it at such a low price, but being that we're all acquaintances and all, 5 gold, the ring of the colonel.
I'll take it.
Oh, I wanted it.
That's and then I have.
Well, I want to hear the rest of this.
I have a happy brush or a brush of happy little trees. So it was formerly known by a gentleman in my relation named Bob. And once per day, you can just make a couple little swipes and a beautiful little tree will appear on whatever surface you put it on, and then it'll turn into a real tree. Happy little tree.
Dibbler, take my money.
That's awesome.
Well, that is a sort of a fairly heirloom, so I couldn't let it go for say more than 50 gold.
Done.
Oh, I also have the sword of deception, and he pulls out this thing. It's a massive thing, like you'd see on an anime. It doesn't do any more damage than a normal sword, but you get to use your charisma when making attacks, because basically they think they're getting more damage than they are. That type thing. You're basically talking them into taking more damage, so they don't actually die. They pass out because they think they've taken all kinds of damage.
Okay, for an experiment, I need to buy that sword.
Oh, all right, sir. The sword of deception, like I said, it looks massive. It doesn't look like you could possibly hold it, type thing, but it's really just sort of like a normal sword. Like the rest is almost like an illusion type thing. He says, that would be 75 gold, sir.
Please tell me it like flips through the wall.
And I'm telling you, that 75 gold is my cost. I'm selling it to you at cost, sir, because I like you. I like all you. You are fine ladies and gentlemen.
We like you too, Dibbler.
Okay, here.
Oh, thank you, sir. So now this next one, this is really special. Really special. It's the ring of random movement. It had another name, but I couldn't pronounce it. You put this ring on and you activate it, and well, while it's active, and you don't know exactly sure how many rounds it will be, you just keep appearing and disappearing in various different locations, just blinking in and out. It would be hard to use it to get to any place particular or to purposely evade, since you have absolutely no control over it. But the randomness would make it awful hard for someone to hit you too. And and eventually, when you do stop moving at some point that nobody knows, then well, that's where you are. No takers? It's a rare and powerful item.
How much you selling it for, sir?
I'll sell this for 40 gold.
Done.
Oh, then just a few more things. I have a swagger stick of mustaches.
I need that.
Stick, and you walk with a swagger.
It was like,
and
no, protect my money.
the largest, mustache that was a handlebar mustaches ever.
This dragon. I need that. I need that right now.
That's 20 gold, sir.
Done.
I have more items. I have more items coming in tomorrow. Come see me. I have some wonderful stuff, some of the best stuff I've ever had. You come back here and see Dibbler, and I'll hook you up. I'll give you my friends and family
I
discount.
just need a 50 back.
It was.
I'm cutting me own throat doing it,
I need 40.
but I like you people. You're my best customers.
What about that sword of that dull sword of sharpness? Is that what it's called?
The blunt sword of
Blunt
sharpness.
sword of sharp.
Mhm.
Yeah. How much was that?
Oh, I thought something. Nobody bought that.
Nobody bought it.
Okay. Oh, the
It
blunt
was
sword.
the other one.
Sword of sharpness. Oh, well, like I said, that in game language explains it, but out of game, it's 17 through 20 crits.
Yeah.
That one there, I'll sell it to you for, let's say, 75 gold even.
75 gold even?
Yeah.
How about I buy it from you for 60?
Haggling with the dibbler.
60. Oh, I have 5 children to feed. Could you? My gosh, you're
And
like
I'll come back tomorrow and buy something else from you.
All right,
Guaranteed buy something.
repeat business is worth it. I'll do it. Here you go, sir. All right. Well, you take care, and if you need anything, this can be kind of an unhospitable place. Dibbler can get it for you. I was once an alumni here myself.
What do you know about the dig, Dibbler?
Oh, the dig? Oh. That's a bit of a personal hardship for Dibbler. Back in the day, I kind of stumbled across something while I was digging a hole. And then one of my rich academic types, he said that he found it, and then I stole it from him, trying to get the credit. And well, anyways, so that sort of ended my academic career. I didn't have the same resources as he did, so I was expelled for theft. But I kind of kept up on the whole goings on there, and some amazing things have come out of there. I just wish I could have finished my studies, but I do have a couple of items from the original dig site that I do have stashed at my local warehouse. Perhaps I could bring them tomorrow if you're interested.
That'd be awesome. Let's put the one in tomorrow.
Sorry, I promised I would be back tomorrow, so yes, bring them.
I'm just gonna.
This place is a geographical oddity. Everything is one day away.
Put my hand on Dibbler's shoulder and say, I'm so sorry that they took credit for your work, Dibbler. That's unfortunate.
And so if you guys remember, they were talking about how somebody was, digging out back at the university and found some objects, type thing back in the day. So basically the person who got credit is, Dibbler says stole the credit from him.
Yeah.
So anyways,
That was the one digging the lab. Or
yeah,
was that before
that's
that?
yeah, the one that was supposedly digging to make a new lab out
Okay.
back, basically type thing. So you guys wanted to go to the dig site next, right?
After I go shopping.
After you go shopping. Okay, so you go shopping, and are the rest of you guys staying with them or are you continuing?
You never know.
We'll stay
You
with,
said
Just went shopping.
yeah, like
You
4
said there was
sessions
one
ago.
going on. Is that in between where we're actually into the site?
So I couldn't hear what all that. I heard part of it.
Sorry, the lecture you said that was going on.
Yeah.
Is that between where we're at now and?
Yeah, you have to go by it. Mhm.
And so we'd see like a huge crowd of people?
Yes.
Okay, as we, I would be like following the group along, what would I hear as we're going by right here? Just a bunch of people walking in?
There's a lot of hurt, excitement and arguing going on basically over which is better, magic or science. And they're saying that the doctor is making claims he can't back up. He's going to be made to look stupid, and people are placing bets. So wizards and academics are throwing around, and people are out there. Okay, we got 20 on the doctor. Okay, we got so much on the wizard. So it's going back and forth. Type things, and so it's the place. I mean, it's packed full of everybody.
So seeing this, Tyrus is gonna be interested. He's like, oh, a contest. He's gonna go immediately over and start placing bets.
All right. Who are you betting on?
I'm gonna bet on the wizard.
Okay.
I don't know. How much do I need to pay him to that?
Well, the wizard isn't paying out that much. It's because everyone thinks the wizard's gonna win. So basically the odds, you gain 10% of whatever
the wizard
money.
In favor?
The wizard's the favored one to win. People
Okay.
think he's gonna win.
He'll be the doctor then.
The doctor?
He goes for the underdogs.
Okay,
Oh,
the doctor is paying 4 to 1. So 100 gold will get you 400 gold.
But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right now.
Okay. So you're putting just
I was putting it right there.
okay.
On this.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
So
Got some gamblers here.
all right, so you're doing that. So you do your shopping, and then I guess everyone else you're waiting for her to do shopping.
I can do some shopping too.
Yeah.
I can only make one of those.
I got one other question.
So we'll wait on
What?
that.
She's reading something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
Good.
I'm just gonna go shopping with him. I was just looking for what I needed. You're good to.
Okay.
Just so I know on the sword, is it like the same set as the long sword kind of deal? Just crit one?
Well, it's got an extended crit range, long sword, type thing. And because you bought the one with the blunt short sharpness, right?
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's all the same, but it does. Like I said, it does psychic, damage to the person. They get these insults type thing, and so technically you can take someone down without killing them because some of the hit points that they think are gone were like just their mind just went
Okay.
and shut off.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, so that way I knew like damage rolls and stuff, so it shouldn't feel like a D8 once.
It's a D8, but you double the damage, and so half the damage becomes psychic damage, and then
Even when you don't crit, you double the damage, or
That's
when you do?
on 17, 18, 19, or
Okay,
20.
okay.
It
On,
crits.
on those ones, you do
Yeah,
that,
so
okay.
rather than a D8, it's 2D8.
Yeah.
One of the D8s is not a, he's dead damage.
It's
you
a
know,
psychic damage.
it's
Okay.
psychic damage.
Okay.
But it still counts. Once those total up to his hit points, he is down.
He's
Yeah,
dead.
okay, cool.
Mhm.
I just wanted to make sure I understood the mechanics on it, so I didn't
Yep.
do it wrong.
So the sort of deception, does that work kind of the same way?
The sort of deception gives you advantages. You roll with advantage on intimidation checks, and you get to use your charisma for damage. But in and of itself, yes, you've also just convinced them that they're damaged more than they are. They're not damaged psychically, but in their head, they're like, "Oh, I'm dead." And
Okay, so does the magic of this sword override my inability to deceive?
Oh.
yes, in and of itself, it has its own power. So now if you were to like check out these magic items, type thing, I'll give you this one for free. When he's selling you these items, they're not weak magic items. It's like whoever made them flawed, like they were going for something else and maybe flubbed something. But they're actually very powerful.
Yeah.
They're like high level
so much.
goofs,
So can I actually lie when I'm wielding it?
Well, the not that you can lie, but like your
So it's only the sword's power. It doesn't actually enable me to.
you can lie about damage. You can be like, you know what I mean? You don't stand a chance against me. You see how much damage I'm doing, even though you're not doing that much damage. So you could lie about damage, but you couldn't lie about like, yeah, my friends aren't with me. It's just me. That you couldn't lie about that. But anything about the damage, and what you can do,
Gotcha.
I can do 1,000 points with one swing with the sword,
Well, it's one step closer to getting my.
You only the worthy can lift such a sword,
I could kill anything with this.
It's the strength of 10 men to lift it, and I will cut you in two. So just whatever like that. You can talk trash about damage with the sword.
Okay, I'm gonna make a habit of walking around with it on my shoulder, like Cloud.
Okay.
Do it.
Just think of it like that, like the clouds are that ginormous, stupid sword that nobody could actually swing.
The Buster Sword.
The Buster Sword. All right, so shopping.
Okay, so I got three main things I'm looking for.
Yeah.
First, I need some common items for her to use as ingredients. So I just kind of need a price for what this would be. I need a pair of gloves, a ring, boots, 2 cloaks, a pair of sunglasses, a lantern, like a flute, a jug, a bag, a cap, some goggles, a rope, a couple of like stones. I guess I don't need to buy those, and 2 sticks like in the shape of wands.
Wow.
2 sticks in the shape of wands.
Yeah, and then she'll use those as ingredients to make stuff.
Okay, so between the various little different shops, you're gonna have to hit a few different ones to get those ingredients. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just reminding, I can only do like one of those at a time, but I can do one. but
Well,
I don't have to do long
I'll give
rest.
you all the ingredients, and then you just kind of
Okay.
start shuffling them off.
So anyway, all that between going to the various different vendors and haggling and stuff like that, none of that stuff you're asking for is magical. It sounds like you're just asking for cloaks and various different things like that. But between everything and all the haggling and stuff like that, the prices are a little inflated here. So it's 60 gold type thing. Normally wouldn't cost that much because I said that they're sort of common stuff, and they know they knew they were gouging you a little bit, but you were like, after a certain point of haggling, sometimes you just wanted to get it.
I know, you just get tired of it.
Whatever. Okay, fine. Just give me the stupid bag.
Just give me the dumb bag.
Give me your money.
All right, well, I'll take that price.
And what were you looking for?
Okay, So for just for now, since I actually have to go talk to the wizards for my magic mushroom shield stuff. I just want, some. Bolts for my crossbow that I have, just something that will pack a little extra oomph than just a normal dart.
Mhm.
And then I oh no, because I'll have what I want to do with that, I've got to ask the wizards too, so yeah, so just what, just
So just crossbow bolts.
yeah, just things that'll just do a little bit more damage than a normal crossbow bolt, because a normal crossbow bolt does like a D4, like 1d4 damage. I want something that packs a little more oomph. So maybe like a few bombs.
So some of those would probably be custom order, like some of those, like, well, I can get you that stuff, but I don't have anything like that here. It's usually these eggheads that go through here, man. They're just they don't buy bomb arrows and then like leader arrows and stuff. Like I got this one, it's got like a hollow shaft, right? It's got these holes drilled in it. It's got bobs, right? Like a bob, like a fishing bob and a hook, right? Well, it goes through them, and if it pulls them out, right? And well, they take some more damage. But if they don't take it out, they just keep bleeding out.
I can
Right.
take a couple of those, yeah.
So anyway, so I don't, once again, I don't have those on me because, like I said, you don't have like these guys. Oh, look, hey, I'm going to my math class. I need some bleeder here. It just doesn't happen like that. Like I said, I can get it. I sell them in other towns and stuff like that. To like, people are always trying to assassinate somebody or whatever, right?
You can get them tomorrow.
Yeah, you can get them tomorrow. Is what I'm trying to say.
All right,
I just had a glimpse of what Gary's life would have been like if he made a different choice as a teenager.
yeah, let's get some of the leader arrows made, because those are something that once battle is over, I can go and collect, so I can use those over and over again. So let's get.
So, my name is Regan. It's nice to meet you, miss. By the way, you're very fair looking, and I happen to be single. I know that's
It's the
kind of.
redhead thing.
That is the redhead thing.
I know it's kind of forward and everything like that. I'm not good with words, things like that, but I'm a good person, if that makes sense. I'm a good hard worker.
I can see that.
Girls from there pretty.
And so so yeah, come see me tomorrow. I'll get some of my stuff, shipped in here. I'll send one of my mates. He'll run over to the next town where I have some of that. Just yeah.
Cool. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, so the second thing on my shopping is I need to restock my supply of explosives. I've been out of dynamite for a while now.
Mhm.
So I need some bombs. What do they got?
Well, as I just learned, they don't carry that stuff here.
Yeah. And so yeah, you learned that that's sort of a special order thing too. They're like, hey, now if you want to wait until tomorrow.
Like there's a pig in this town.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
So the third thing on my item is I want to see if I can either get some better armor and weapons or enchant the ones I have to be better, because I've just got like the starting armor and weapons that you get when you first start.
Mhm.
And I'm falling behind the curve.
Okay.
My character's getting way too squishy.
Bonnie's a little squishy.
Bonnie's getting
Yeah.
way too
Bonnie,
squishy.
oh.
Bonnie like almost died 3 or 4 times the last 2 battles.
Yeah,
So do they carry that stuff, or is that also special order for tomorrow?
Well, that stuff like the wizards probably can either like enchant it or they have it or something like that, but they're all shut down going to that competition thing. Matter of fact, I'm shutting up shop here and we're all gonna go watch.
I think we need to go to the I'm not with you guys, never mind.
Let's go to the competition thing because nothing can be done until tomorrow.
I just want you guys to know while all of you were shopping and stuff, Estelle took Maisie over here to the grass and we just painted a whole bunch of trees. There's a freaking forest.
You're such a kindergarten teacher.
She really is.
Tomorrow.
It only makes actually one tree a day, so one of them actually sprouted and there's a tree there now.
Okay, but we
Right,
still painted a forest because we were having fun.
Just every day they pop in.
All right, so the competition is actually happening up on the roof,
Can you do that now or do I have to wait until next?
right?
That's what
The roof of this place.
I'm.
And so, like, if you guys make your way up there,
You got Professor X against Doctor Strange.
Wait, before we make our way up there, is the building underneath unlocked?
well, you have to go through this building to
Well,
go up it.
I
So,
think we're just like floating up there.
No, I just was wondering what was inside the building, that's all.
oh, well, there's a lecture hall, a library. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody up here. And I have to move the camera for this.
Are there any statues or stone figures or anything like that
Up there.
inside? That's
Yeah. There
hard.
are statues and stone figures. Do you want me to start on a lower level and you guys examine that first?
Do it after.
No.
Do it after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that after.
So now, so the crowd is is all gathered, and they're murmuring and placing the bets, and you hear. Let's see, what did I say that guy's name was?
Griffin?
Griffin?
No,
Okay.
I think that was a different one. That was the one you're gonna see.
Yes, it was Dr. Griffin.
Oh, it is.
Yes. So Dr. Griffin goes, Wizard Sorensen, you can produce a lightning bolt, can you not? With ease. Could you do that for the assembled crowd? And so there are, a lot of other people up there, besides you. So the whole thing is just, filled with all kinds of various different spectators. And there's also some guards and this creepy looking guy, and you've seen representatives from the dwarven community, elves, all kinds of different people like that. And well, could you demonstrate for the audience you producing lightning? And it's like, he says the magic words, he waves his hands, and a lightning bolt cracks.
Why does that space?
And he goes, all right, very good. Well, what about music? Well, a mere cantrip, and I can make, sounds. All right. And so he asks him, to do it, and you hear the sound of, music, start to play. He consciously, well, very good, very good. So, you could probably cast more than one lightning bolt, can't you? Well, of course, I can, cast a few of those a day. Well, if you wouldn't mind.
I got 200 gold on the scientist.
And another lightning bolt. How much more demonstration of power? Shall I do a fireball and just destroy that a grain silo over there in the background? Well, what would you like me to do to prove? I can I could mass teleport us all to the university, if I main a hall if I wanted to. What do I have to do to prove to you that your science will never compare? You can make funny little toys that walk to sell in the marketplace. Is the extent of your science can do with your cogs and your gears. All right, so and his he stops his music. He goes, well, can you do another lightning bolt? Well, no, I don't have another one prepared. So there's a limit to how much you can do a day. Well, yes, of course, there's only so much arcane energy one can absorb, and you have to memorize these spells, and they leave your head once you've once you use them, and you have to restudy them again. Well, here's where I think science can beat you. I say I could produce a lightning bolt, but I'll be able to do it again and again and again, and perhaps I could do it, say, for days on, at a time. Impossible. That sort of power would be something only a god could do. Well, then I throw down the gauntlet of science to you mages. And I say, because of science, I am a god. Yeah. And so there's shouts and people are astonished, and he lets it go on for several minutes, and he said, and he throws a switch. Literally, I can generate those bolts of lightning, direct them wherever I want to go. I can power devices, not without touching them. And I have another experiment. I have this body of someone who's recently died, that has been specially prepared, encased in a protective suit that'll protect him from my lightning.
Not close to it.
I am going, to bring this person back to life. Watch. And I know you could do this with resurrection spells, but I'm trying to show you the power of science. And so the lightning is hitting the guy, and you hear just like Frankenstein, live, and the creature starts twitching and moving, and then some of the assistants come and help the person. They put him on a table. He start taking off the armor, and you see a person just sitting there twitching, and he seems out of it. And he said, and the wizard goes, well, he does not have a mind. He's just come back from the dead. Give him a little while. But how many times could a healer bring someone back from the dead? I tell you, with this device and my chemicals and formulas and things that I have learned, again and again, I could bring people back. Where you could just do a couple of lightning bolts, I can do it all day long. You know what I mean? So what is your wizardry compared to science? And then, so now people are paying money and whatnot. So you bet on the wizard. So now he gets 300 gold. Anyone who made that bet.
So, I didn't want to.
I'm looking for my 800.
As,
Did you bet that?
I bet on the scientist. I bet 200 on the scientist.
yeah, he did.
Okay.
In the middle of the scientist's speech.
Yeah.
That was worth it.
So yes, so he last two pieces. So he produced lightning, and the doctor in the wheelchair kind of smugly bows to the wizard, who looks pissed. You know, this was a setup. You knew you had, you know, you knew I couldn't produce that many lightning bolts. You knew this. And he goes, I told you the terms. I said it would be competition, you know, to produce lightning. You had your chance to mesmerize as many spells as you wanted. Bring magic items that could help you. You knew what the challenge was, and you just underestimated what, you know, what I was able to bring to the table.
Yeah, because of body.
So purely for my curiosity's sake, is that your lightning thing? Is that like one of those purple orb things just without the orb? Or is that actual like
It's a
electricity?
Tableau.
Oh, okay, so it is like actual electricity that will shock you if you touched it.
I touched it.
I know.
Yeah, did you see him jump when you touched it?
No, I was not watching him. I was watching the
Yeah, no,
sparkles.
he
Are
jumped.
are you sure? Are you sure it's good to have the phone that close to it?
It's fine.
It only arcs out so far.
It doesn't look fine.
So, as well, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, I loved it. I was not prepared for the loudness of it, so it scared me. But I love it.
The doctor was 4-1 odds, right?
Yeah, yes.
That was really cool. I couldn't hear it though, but I could see it.
Be grateful you couldn't hear it. It was kind of alarming, just all of a sudden there was.
It was cool.
I've heard them before, but that was a cool effect.
Yeah, Rich. Now, if I can get it to do the. Nope. I'm gonna switch it. Unfortunately, I got it all.
Ads.
I know.
I'm 99% sure he just
Your
hodgepodged
phone is
that
charged.
together.
Your phone is charged. Your phone is charged.
Should say. Whoops.
Whoops.
Okay. Now. I just have to show one more cool feature if I can get it to do it. Bluetooth.
It's Bluetooth too.
Can you Sorcerer's Apprentice sounds?
Sorcerer's Apprentice? Well, let's see what I can do.
That's where we start
Abby,
playing
what have
a
you
song
done?
that's gonna be super.
What have you done, Abby? What unholy chest did you just open?
Oh, Gary's box. Gary's box.
Much better than Pandora's.
Much better than Pandora's.
Huh. It's being dumb. Okay.
Be dumb.
Just like the random cow noises in the crowd of people that we have.
Mhm.
Let's see. Take the tap out of that. So- Okay, for some reason, my phone is failing me at the moment.
No.
It could be because you discharged the Tesla coil next to it.
No, he discharged the Tesla coil next to Carrie's phone.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's Carrie's phone belt.
Little.
Oh, the camera's still on, we're good.
Yeah, no, I tried this. Like I said, I'll touch the thing.
Is it kind of like static shock?
Square form. Square wave. Square.
Is it like a static shock
Yes,
type feel?
yes.
You wanna touch, don't you?
Touch it. I'll touch it.
Let's see.
I knew you were gonna say.
Maybe.
Again.
I don't
That
like
just
it.
sounded like
I
really.
don't like
comical.
it when it does that.
Really comical.
Comical.
Oh,
That's-
comical.
that's words.
Oh, see, I was thinking static R2D2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's being stupid. Sorry, it was supposed to be really cool, but it's
Gary, it was very cool.
I like that.
It is super cool.
I like that a lot.
But the one that I had playing before, it keeps wanting me to download spy software to where I can use it.
That's because that picture you sent me last week.
Yeah. Same.
That's a bummer, cause he had it and he showed me what you could do with this.
Maybe I can get it going later or something after I reset my phone. I don't know. But
Yeah,
well,
you can show us later.
yeah, I'll show you later. I had it so it would play Hall of the Mountain King.
No, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, but bad. It's bad. Yeah, it's like. Yeah, so I'll worry about that later. Okay, so you guys saw the competitions with the Tesla coil.
I didn't want to interrupt you while everything was going on, but would Estelle have been close enough to that body before he zapped it to use her magical ring to see if it was actually like alive still?
It all happened so quickly, and like I said, you didn't say anything, you know.
I know, I didn't say anything because I didn't want to interrupt you.
That's not fair to her, because you have trained us not to interrupt you. No, in all seriousness, we've gone over this many times. You don't like being interrupted, and we try to be courteous of that. You can't fault us for not interrupting you. That's girlfriend talk, is what that
I can have
is.
it both ways.
No, that's toxic.
Needed to ruffle a lot.
That's toxic girlfriend behavior, okay?
I know. No, I know.
Dude,
I'm
if you dated girls, you would know.
Okay, so
Nope. I'm all about vitamin D.
let's do a wisdom check to see if you were smart enough to do that.
Okay.
Like you thought of it ahead of time, and we'll say let's make it a 16.
A 16?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because you had a limited time to react, and with all the noise and confusion going on.
Cool. Oh, that's a 16.
Exactly.
That's exactly a 16.
So with modifiers,
Your dice are,
With a
buddy, your dice are pretty cool.
I got them for her.
with my modifier, that's a
Like,
34.
good taste, they're cool dice.
Okay, so what were you looking for?
To see if the body was alive in some sense before he's out.
So, the heart wasn't beating, but it wasn't like a corpse quite thing, like he was letting it on to be. It'd be like if someone just recently suffocated him, like moments before, and then they did CPR on the paddles and revived.
So he did a defibrillator on him.
So basically, that's what he did. So he took a little bit more credit than he really should have. He didn't bring back somebody from the dead from like days ago, like he said.
So it's a sham.
Did you not tell him?
You know, in a sense, he really, you know,
Someone's phone vibrated.
Hey, I got 800 gold out of this. Don't call him out.
yeah, he really did
He goes, buddy.
shock him back to life, but it was kind of a controlled experiment.
Okay. So it was like someone suffocated him downstairs and then, okay.
so it wasn't like true resurrection.
No, it was, they basically performed CPR with a
Doesn't look like-
defibrillator.
Yeah, okay.
He recently flatly.
Yeah, and you can tell that the suit basically, when it on command, like if you're looking over, it injected his heart with epinephrine, you know what I mean? And then the electricity, rebooted it.
Okay.
So it's also the armor that suffocated him too. That's they were trying to get it off him quickly.
Okay, cool. So after all this,
Now
what's
trying to
going on
put
now? Is everybody
all down.
leaving or?
Well, there's some arguments, some people have thrown punches. One person accidentally fell off the roof.
There really should be some railing here.
No. Yeah, someone said that. They're like, with all your money, how come there's no stupid railing? No,
Cool.
and then your OSHA violation, and then
So at this time, has it gone pretty dark? Are we pretty late in the evening?
yeah,
We have to go to lab 3.
yeah, you can go to lab 3 if you want to.
Is that where we're
That's
supposed to
where
go?
it's supposed to- The
Man,
botanist is supposed to go to lab 3.
Yeah, so
It wasn't tomorrow, it was tonight.
No, it was tonight.
that was tonight.
7:30.
making our way down through.
Oh, yeah.
There's statues.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So.
What kind of nonsense do we have in here?
Well, this,
So much.
now, you can't. There's more in here than I have props for. But. So now there's like a planetarium device that has all the little spinning planets and things like that. All rotating around, and it's got planets you didn't even can't even see with your eyes. It's quite elaborate. And there's all kinds of books and displays all around the room of all kinds of various different scientific equipment, measuring equipment from things like calipers and various different gauges. There's a periodic table of elements type thing, which is with little samples of each, which in modern times you'd be a little nervous of them because many of them are radioactive, but apparently they don't quite understand that, type thing. So they have a bunch of different, elements and things like that. And it's like a kind of a lecture hall for professors, right? They can have various different experiments that they would do here and things like that. And so there's all kinds of stuff like that, so they can have experiments and show the students. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Yeah, statues of people,
Okay, now statues of
like you'd see in a museum.
Like a wax museum?
Particular people, like,
No, people.
okay.
Well, of this, there's just like the symbol of like the medicine symbol, the two serpents, intertwined, type thing, and there's things like that, and there's some, frogs that have been dissected, and there's different things like that, but there's no statues of people on this level.
No paintings either.
Not on this level, no.
Are there names like placards on anything?
Yeah, I wanna do an investigative search just to really look at stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, that went really well.
Went great.
Yeah.
she found a frog.
11.
11? Yeah, well, you convinced yourself that frog was worth something, so you slipped it in your pocket.
Chickens, your chicken army.
Yes.
They do eat.
They do eat it.
Can you-
What about on the lower
I
level?
can actually,
amazing.
I just need to, why she's stealing a dead frog. I need to ask her. She has problems.
No.
I think it's just a spell you do.
She's like,
It's an instantaneous.
yeah, I think we gotta talk to her.
Then just tell her to do that.
I took all this stuff. She has like a bunch of she doesn't know what it is, but it's like,
Got so many good things there, maybe.
That's exactly how Mary would play.
I told her we don't want to files like for a while, and so like perfect to find it. We'll help you figure it out later, yeah.
Before we go down there, are there any like notable names? Or placards of names or anything? Or is it just basically a generic kind of lecture hall?
there's various different scientist names, but they don't mean
Anything.
anything to you or anything
Okay.
like that.
Cool.
Did you get
Mhm.
the,
Just wanted to make sure before we moved on.
did you get a quote?
Uh-huh.
And
Never know.
Yeah,
Everything pops up somewhere.
so
Everything's oldest.
now on the lower level,
Yeah.
that's where you have, now this is, you pass, normally just through a hallway, but if you were to like sort of go off the normal trail type thing, this whole room is full of books. It's like a maze. Right?
Can you point the camera down just a tiny bit?
Yes.
I'm like, you can see me more than you can see the table.
Okay, so now you have that, and then you come across, you run into somebody, and you're like, oh, miss, you can't be here. It's not safe for you.
I'll just say, oh, I'm so sorry. We were just upstairs from the show. I just was looking for the facilities. My friend here, and I'm gonna point at Maisie, she really needs to use it.
Me too. That sandwich went right through me.
I'm gonna roll them.
Now you say that.
Me.
It's like,
Iris is just back there like.
Oh, wow, that's 5. I'm so persuasive.
Listen, everybody wants to take a sneak peek at the library, but I tell you, for your own good, the library can protect itself. It's not something you want to mess with. There are books in here of incredible, power. Knowledge is power, and there's so much condensed knowledge here, and the secrets that they wish to remain hidden. If you're not a normal librarian here, and the library knows it, it'll change and move, and you may not find your way out. I was lucky to have caught you. I wasn't worried about you stealing books.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
was worried about finding you someday when I go to put a book back.
All right, well, honestly though, my friend's gotta go. Where are the facilities? Can you lead me to them?
And yeah, so there's
Skipping from leg to leg.
you gotta like basically you gotta go around the building, type thing, and it's on the side,
As we're going out,
Mhm.
I guess, I don't know if you want me to do it with like disadvantage or something, but I would still be like investigating and looking for like statues of people or,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna maybe whisper to Maisie, if you see anything, just
2 feet of you.
For the last time, we did not order a giant trampoline.
I told you that.
Buddy?
I said roll investigation. Yeah, wow,
Did you find a frog too?
that's a 5, so maybe I found a frog.
That's a 5 after your bonus.
I rolled 3.
You
my
found a
bonus is
mouse
2,
at that
so-
You didn't find anything. You're like, but Maisie goes, well, I swiped the librarian's keys. And you're like, no, nobody's like saw her near, like you didn't see her go near. You're like, what?
Awesome high 5, like super pretend we have a secret handshake.
Yeah, so she got to do, I really gotta pee. And so you go around the building, and the men's room's ready to go, but there's a line like around the building for the ladies' room.
Oh my god.
Always. Because we can be in and out in about 15
Yeah.
seconds.
So
We talked about it.
You guys have like 20 minutes minimum, right?
so
Multiply that by 50 people.
so Maisie
So you
goes,
want-
she's just gonna go like behind a building type thing. She can't take it anymore, right? So she goes for some privacy, and we'll resolve that in a minute. Anybody else want to do anything while we got Buddy coming back? Yeah.
If we have time for it, I'd like to stop at the Wizards College place.
Mhm.
The Wizards.
Isn't that where the lab is? Lab room 3?
No.
No,
Oh,
you're gonna pass it shortly.
okay.
Yeah, we have to do the Wizards tomorrow.
Okay, I just want to point out though that this church is for my winter Christmas.
I saw that. I
Yes,
was like,
Oh,
these
okay,
things
now-
are not like the
I'm like, these things is not like the other.
Mhm.
it's still pretty.
It kind of belongs.
other. With the little monk guy standing in front, it actually looks very appropriate.
I know, it just is very obviously
She's got
not made of the
Christmas,
same material.
Oh, we're waiting. Why don't you ask Gary your question?
Okay, so as part of my cool little artificer cantrip things that I have, I can make these magic items, but according to my thing, I can basically just like, it's an instantaneous spell and I can do it as many times as I want, but I felt like that was a little too OP.
Oh, can you read me the wording?
Yeah, using this infusion, you replicate a particular magical item. You can learn this infusion multiple times. Each time you do so, choose a magic item that you can make with it. So basically, if I have a bag, I can make a bag of holding. The table tells you the level you must be in the class. Nope, just kidding. Lost my place, sorry. The table tells you which level I have to be in order to recreate the item.
So you can't just recreate anything you have.
No,
to be
I
a
have an
certain-
actual
Well, she
table.
has certain tables.
I have, so like, once I reach second level, I have a small list of things that I can create. And then once I got to sixth level, it gave me another little table, so.
There's gotta be some sort of limit in there. I'll read through it afterwards. How about,
Okay.
how about that? You know, because it doesn't make sense that, you know, you can make 50 bags of holding in a day. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
There's gotta
that's
be
why,
some
that's why-
Material.
nope, I just need to have a bag.
That's why I bought a bag.
Yeah, that's why he bought all that weird stuff, is because I can just,
Yeah, well, I wanna read through it because it sounds a little, OP.
Like you said.
yeah, and
You know?
that's why I was wondering, is because it's like, do you want to do kind of like a once a day thing, where it's like,
We'll
Yeah.
get to that. We're gonna move on and I'll just read it afterwards.
I'm feeling a little kenderish, so on our way out through the library, what would happen if I, slipped a random book into my kender bag?
Well, at the moment, nothing. You were right by the entrance, type thing. And it goes into your bag. But strangely enough, usually when you put something in your bag, there's no detectable shift in weight. And this is like you dropped a 25-pound weight in your bag. You can feel the pull on your shoulder.
Oh, nice. It must have been a good book then.
Yeah.
I want to try and.
A little heavy reading.
Well, yeah, it's a little, it wasn't light reading.
I want to try and swipe something as we're leaving.
Guys, they said the library will kill us. Why y'all stealing?
Thanks, man, we're golden.
All right, so Maisie
She
went,
finally went to the bathroom.
Maisie went around the corner of behind the building
We've all
because
been.
she had
We're good.
the pee. But she's been a little while.
Wait, I rolled a 17 to swipe something. Can I try it from?
Wait, I thought.
Swipe or no swiping.
I
So yeah, you
can
can
look at
swipe a book. So you guys are you going to investigate?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Swipe and then random.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out of the bathroom and look through the line to see if I can find
Dude.
Maisie.
You look at what you've stolen.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
you
a
walk in,
copy
you're
of
able
what-
to just go right up, use the stall, walk out. There's no waiting. Right, and let's see, you're this, so you come around the corner. Is anyone else going with?
Yeah, I would be looking for these.
Okay,
Yep, I'll be that way too.
I want the keys that she stole.
okay, and we'll have you guys down here, and let's see, we have.
Did someone swipe our Maisie?
No, you see Maisie's on the ground. There's some like homeless person, like a hobo, and you see Maisie. She's just like beating her.
Oh.
I'm just gonna grab her by the scruff of the neck. What are you doing?
You know,
Maisie, we're murder hobos, not hobo murderers.
You know, wait, but what?
You're not allowed to kill every hobo you see.
He was a hobo and I almost had him. You guys stop me.
I'm very trying to do small war here.
My little one's crazy. I'm gonna call, for the magistrate. You're all gonna go to jail,
I flip him a gold coin to shut him up.
And it's like, it's gonna take more than that to buy my silence, like maybe 30 gold, maybe would have
Expensive.
silence. Otherwise, I'm gonna have you, this is assault,
So I'm gonna have Dex just kind of come around me and it's like, you can be grateful.
Or I can hit you over the head with my nice big sword here and we'll just put an end to everything.
So, yeah, roll me an intimidation check, Brian.
I'm just gonna put Maisie on.
Oh, do you want me to as well? Because I'm kind of using Dex to intimidate him.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. 18.
23.
And so the guy's like, all right, I don't want any trouble here, and then Maisie's like, I have this tooth.
Give him back his tooth.
And she's like, no, I'm supposed to keep a memento of all my kills.
You didn't kill him, so give it back.
Throws the tooth at him, and the guy picks it up and he's backing away with with his tooth. And as he gets kind of ways away, he goes and makes a run for it.
I'm just gonna look up at Maisie. Don't worry.
I had him.
We know you have it.
I'm so proud of you.
So proud of you.
Well, he was there and asked if I had some money I could loan him because he was a poor, and I said sure, and I gave him some money, and I said, are you a hobo? And he said, why, yes, I am. And then I said, oh, good. And then I hit him with a rock. He fell down. And I was gonna stab him with my sword, but he called me some names. So I was trying to knock his teeth out.
Well, Maisie, we can't hit every hobo we run into. Okay, some of them are just honest, innocent people that are, well, hobos.
I read books. It says we're murder hobos. I joined your cutthroat bunch of mercenaries, so we could loot and pillage.
Yep.
And you did such a good job.
And we pillage.
That doesn't equal
But
murder,
We
though.
hurt the bad people, Macy, not the good people, or the innocent people, mostly. Did you get your money back at least?
And she goes, yeah, I took his too.
I figure as much.
I took his too.
I love her so much. This is so awesome.
Don't love her too much, Jerry will take her.
No. I have so much money. I don't know, and I got all this stuff. So she's like, it's starting to get heavy. And so so yeah, you were gonna go to the lab and
Yeah.
meet
Yes.
the doctor.
The botanist man.
Dr. Griffin.
Mhm.
I'm gonna pretend like I went to college.
Mhm. So basically, the lab 3 is over here.
I really like that roof you printed. That's really cool.
Thank you. Just drop here. So. Now.
This is my Labrador, and this is my lab.
So we can, there you go. And so now you guys move from the scene of the crime where Maisie beat hobos. And so you go in there and there's some various different plant specimens and things like that. They're obviously they're dead and dried out and things like that. And so he wanted your help to, basically be able to put it in the proper, genus and species and all that.
Yeah, identify that. Okay. Ask if everything is alive, because if everything's alive, you can just cast talk to plants.
No, they found it in the dig
Yeah, they
site.
found it in the dig, so it'll all be dead.
It's like fossilized, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Oh, it is
It's-
fossilized?
Well, some
like
of them are
really?
fossilized and some of them are more dried. It depends on what level.
And cast restoration and then talk to it.
Mhm.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna lean down and I'm gonna sniff the plants and use my divine sense on them.
Mhm.
Do I get,
Divine sense. Get it?
Yes.
Sense.
and do I get any whiff of like celestial fiend undead or fey off of it?
As far as no, in fact, like there's no magical aura or anything like that you detect or anything.
Okay.
They seem to be plants.
Cool. All right, well,
But do they smell good?
don't have, but do they smell good?
Smell kind of dusty and old.
I'm just gonna sneeze.
You have
I
restoration.
do not, so I will just use, I don't know, do you want me? Wisdom check, because I do have a background in like herbs and.
Yeah,
healing
so, yeah,
remedies
so,
and all that.
and so you're gonna have to do that in a bluff check, right?
That and a bluff, right, a
So,
persuasion, yeah.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to try to bluff your way through this a bit, so combined between two. You're gonna have to exceed 20, like make like a 21 or something between
Okay.
the two checks.
What one do you want, would it be a nature check?
Yeah, you can do
Okay.
a nature check, and then like a bluff check.
That's my favorite spell.
For my nature check. Well, that was not good, guys.
Mhm.
It was better than what you've been rolling.
No.
That's your highest roll of the night.
It's 'cause you-
Oh, it's because I'm not rolling in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Persuasion. Oh.
Okay, never mind.
Well, that's 22 between the two.
Yeah, because
So that is 22 when I add them together.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So you ramble off some sort of gibberish that that has enough in there that he's writing it down and taking notes and he's like very good, okay, yes, and he's taking notes.
Would I actually recognize any of them, or am I just making crap up?
You're mostly making crap up. You haven't seen before. I mean, they could be medicines, it could be poison, heck, it could be marijuana, type thing. You have
I
no
was
idea.
wondering if T-Rex got high sniffing the plants.
Yeah.
I didn't roll a con save, so I think I'm okay.
So, yeah, he's not dead or anything. It's like, so what university do you hail from?
Oh, well, I attended the Unseen University.
Tell him it's PU University.
Yeah, the unseen university,
Yes.
Well, I went there once, but I didn't see it. But they wouldn't let me in. Some man was quite rude to me actually when I tried to gain entry. Oh well.
It's a very prestigious school.
So I do have an internship spot available if you're wishing a career here. You would be working with a rather odd gentleman, but he's quite well renowned in these parts, kind of an adventurer / archaeologist, Dr. Kettlebottom.
Take it.
Well,
Oh, by the
You could
way,
be the new Aziz.
he's a Cambridge man, so he's not going to respect you unless you're from Cambridge. You're just gonna have to accept that.
okay,
You will be
well,
sacrificed at any and every given opportunity.
what? What kind of, work would I be doing?
Well, you know,
we have
identifying
lines.
cataloging plants.
Would I go down on the dig site? I'm very much interested in the plants and the other things that were down there. I actually also, as well as studying botany, I also study healing and herbs and medicine. And I heard that there were some medical devices found down there, and I would very much be interested in learning more of those things and just growing my knowledge, you know, as a scholar, I'm sure you understand, we are always trying to grow.
Yes,
grow our
yes, yes.
knowledge.
So there'll be a lot of time for all of that. There's digging, there's cataloging, there's, you know, the usual things. You'll be doing whatever Kettle Bottom doesn't feel like doing, or his knee hurts today.
All right. Well,
Whatever he feels too good to do, he'll have you do it.
well, I love to meet this kettle bottom,
Good job.
and I'd love to be able to, you know, see the dig site and see kind of what type of an environment I'd be working in before I.
Oh, and credit, I hope you don't like credit for your work. Yeah, he'll take that.
I usually just have to only have an internship, right?
Yes.
I'll do all the work, someone else will take all the credit, yep, got it. No, before I make a decision, I definitely would like to see the dig site, meet Mr. Kettlebottom and just kind of see what I'd be doing.
But I can't go down in it tonight, but if you just proceed down the path, you can just look down. I mean, it's on display for the whole town to see. And matter of fact, as our work is going on, everyone looks on from above. There's kind of no privacy that way. Oh, by the way, I wouldn't recommend wearing skirts.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
No, but I'm just thinking like I'd like to get a feel for the terrain and stuff down there. I can't very well do that from the top.
Well, you know, like well, you know, just go see Professor Kettlebottom, you know, tomorrow, and you know, tell him that I gave you my recommendation.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'll let you know what I decide. Thank you,
Oh, and
Dr. Griffin.
tell him you're from Cambridge.
I can do that. I'll just wait.
Yeah, normally I don't encourage lying, but in this case, the man's insufferable.
Bye.
Yes, and
Spelled
hide the man's
endearing.
insufferable.
You mean endearing, not insufferable.
All right, so are you guys proceeding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys proceed to the dig site here.
I need to go use the restroom. You guys
Okay.
continue. Don't wait for me.
All right, so now this is the dig site. And
Look at it.
yeah,
It's quite fun. Oh, it's got all bits of the Westlake spread through it. Wow, West.
well, at least stuff from that time period.
Yeah.
So, like, some of you guys aren't gonna recognize, you know, that stuff. You didn't. Am I missing anybody?
Yeah, it will be there. Q,
Oh,
I remember when we
missing-
have the blacksmith.
because that's Tyrex.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
Tyrex is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, here it
Tyrex
is.
is broken.
Fell down, that's why. Okay, so now you guys
He
are
was drunk.
standing on top of. What has to be the world's largest hardened light barrier. It would have taken so much magical energy and money to make this. It is beyond comprehension. Let's break it.
Is it lit up?
Like, can we see?
Yeah, and
Okay,
there's actually some guy down there working.
okay.
Professor
I'm
Jones.
gonna knock on it to like try to get the guy's
Yeah.
attention.
So yeah, he looks up and he waves and he's, and then goes back to brushing something.
Gonna knock again.
This is just hardened light. It's not like my magic mushroom shield, right?
Well, the magic mushroom shield is made out of hardened light.
But my magic mushroom shield is like better than this because Garden of Eden magic mushrooms.
Well, maybe that's how they got.
Maybe you'll have to make it.
Yeah. So, but the idea, like you had to have gotten mushrooms like that. So besides, once you're done oohing and awing over the sheer scale of this, you're like, wait a minute. There's no way they could have collected enough mushrooms and made something like this on this scale. It is unfathomable, like what they did, And so now, because in order for you to gain enough ingredients and do that or whatever, even if you had all the wizards gathering like for years, you're like, you don't know how they could have made this. It's not.
I want to use detect magic on the
Shield.
Yeah, that thing. Thank
I
you.
got you.
My brain had a moment. Do I detect any magic?
So you detect magic, and
Uh-huh.
normally, there's when you detect magic, it glows brightly.
Yeah.
Well, this flashes so brightly you are blinded. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like you just basically, it disorients you. Your room spins type thing, and your sight doesn't immediately return. Right? You just see like as if someone flash a really bright light. That's all you can see is bright.
So I'm just gonna fall on my butt and be like, holy crap, it's magical, and just cover my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm going to help her onto the back of Dex
Look, you'd
so
be
that
like,
she doesn't.
I could have told you that.
You're writing Dex while you're blind so that you can be safe.
Cool.
While blind. So you're writing Dex.
Thank you, Jax.
So
And I'm gonna try and pat him and like just pat the air because I can't see.
Yeah, and Maisie's trying various different things to try to cut through the shield. She's got a little diamond ring type thing, and she's trying to strap it like you do.
She stole a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
you need to keep better eyes on her.
Yeah, so she's
I encouraged him.
she's taking little scientific, the things that she got. She's got like a scalpel, and she's like ding ding ding, and little thing breaks. She's like, oh. So do we?
I bet this thing could break through it.
Your sword? You want to try it?
I'm just talking crap because I can.
Well, Maisie goes, do it.
Here, you give it a try, Maisie.
Yeah, and so
Hand.
the sword's kind of like heavy for her, type thing, because it's a full size sword. So she just she drags it around on the shield a little bit,
Screech.
Yeah.
Screech.
So,
Kids.
I want to see if I can absorb it to make Hellboy out of it. Oh, like to see if it's.
Okay, what are you gonna do to try to absorb it?
This shirt cantrip.
Yeah, I'm just going to toss out Hellboy's heart and see if he'll form out of this stuff.
And he can't.
So it is definitely solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a building or anything that would have like a portal, or is there a portal?
The Wizard's
The
Tower.
Wizard's
The
Tower
Wizard's Tower is where it's at, okay.
would have
It's nice and locked up.
the underground.
Yeah.
What we see down there, would I see like a tunnel going into it, like a physical tunnel, or is it only a portal?
That's only a portal. There's no physical tunnel. They got this thing locked up pretty tight.
And the Wizard's Tower is open or closed right now, is it?
Oh, it's closed right now, and most of the wizards are in the bar getting drunk because they lost a lot of money.
Would Tyrex recognize any of the stuff down there at all?
No, but you have like a new Molly and Bonnie would recognize some of that stuff down there.
Okay, so I'll do a perception check.
Just same.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, no, she knows, yeah, cause I got.
She knows more than a frog.
Like, a 25.
Ooh.
Nice.
What's down there is actually from different time periods, right? You notice some of that tech, you know, is from the time period that you guys came from,
Mhm.
right? But they're some of it is like from before, like from like the Earth that was time frame, you know, and it's all arranged in kind of an odd way, like this stuff arranged in this way, you wouldn't see it like that. So it's not like a crashed ship or the remains of a building or whatnot.
It's the thingy.
Yeah, it's something, it's
Well, I can't argue with that.
It's the the blurpy word, the thing.
The TARDIS?
No, the blurpy word from the teaser. That's like the first thing that.
Oh,
Tableaus?
it's a tableau.
It's a tableau.
It was set this way.
It was set this way,
And
and it's frozen in time.
No.
I told you it's the thing.
Well, we got there. I guess.
This week's been really hard.
It's okay.
It really has.
For just, I think in the last like 4 days, I've maybe gotten 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, and it is getting
And
kind of late in game. Speaking of sleep, you might need to find lodgings for the night.
Yeah,
All right,
so
let's- let's go to the
what are you
lodge.
meeting to do tomorrow? Is it tomorrow, right?
tomorrow, yes, kettle bottom.
Let us go
I
and
made a
sleep.
deal with
Dibbler for
Dibbler.
to
Yes, let us go and find lodgings for
No.
sleep.
more of what Dibbler might have found when he started
Let
his
us
day.
Go
But yes, we should go find lodging.
lodging for the sleep.
All right.
And real quick, a DM question, just
Yes.
for the character.
Yes.
Dibbler, is he one of the characters I would recognize?
Has he been here since Dibbler?
No.
This is my first thing,
Okay.
interaction with him, but I'm
I-
talking about previous.
Then, no, you wouldn't have met Dibbler, and I didn't think about that, because otherwise he would have introduced himself, you know, because I was thinking he knew all of you. You know, type thing.
Okay,
But yeah, he,
I love Dibbler.
that's the first time you met Dibbler.
okay, just wanted to make sure we're back to great things.
So Dibbler sells the one-off magic items that don't quite work right, and he also sells meat byproduct pies. And I described him when they first met him that with all the meat products and various different things, he sell no flies. You know, there's flies around, but they're not landing on him when they land on other food vendors. And after talking to him, you know, and him making deals and stuff like that, you realize the flies are afraid to land on him because he would charge them rent. And that's Dibbler.
No, I just wanted to make sure with my story of my guy, so.
No, so Dibbler, that would have been the first time that you met him. And yeah, he's just a, you know, a street hustler. And occasionally the local law enforcement run him out of town or something like that. And somebody gets mad because they he sells them something and it doesn't work the way they want to, but he doesn't, he actually tries to be fairly honest in his descriptions. Of things, but yes, he will sell absolutely anything and everything. Always seems to be some sort of family heirloom that he's selling. I mean, cutting me on throat for selling you at this price. Cut me on throat dibware.
And he has a different number of kids every day.
Yes.
Yeah, every time you ask, it changes.
Oh, I got my 4 kids to feed. Thought you had 5. One of them died. You know, is that
And then next day he has 6.
yes.
Cool. Okay.
So now you go to the inn and you're greeted by a kindly lady who's sweeping the floor, and she goes, good evening, lords and ladies. Are you looking for lodgings for the evening?
Yes, your finest room.
Are you paying?
I made money tonight.
You're paying.
Would you like a villa?
How much is that?
Oh, a villa, for, all of you, that would be 50 gold. But it is the finest 400 thread count, cotton sheets. You get mints on your pillows. Yeah, and so there's just all the various different amenities and mouthwash and, you know, toothpaste and shampoo, and there's a massage, masseuse that comes in and stuff like that. And, you know, somebody will do your laundry, you leave your clothes outside, someone will wash it, you know.
And it was 50.
Yeah, for everybody.
Eric's is just high on that because of how much money he won, even though he didn't win as much as Quentin. He's just gonna put the 50 down.
So you get a villa, and like I said, you leave your clothes out, they'll be washed, pressed, starched, and returned to you, you know, type thing.
My armor gets polished.
You know, yeah, they have services like that. So you're staying here for the night, and we'll get to your guys' villa.
That makes you wanna go to Cabo.
You should have done the thing.
I know.
So
I'll
basically,
do that Cabo trip.
you
It's so much
get
fun.
the entire top floor to yourself. So you guys, I mean, they're feather beds. Well, she's not there. They're feather and in goose like goose down feather beds, and they're just the finest sheets. There's the accommodations are really spectacular.
Eric's is just gonna fall backwards and one of them just sink in the bed. Just,
Yeah, and you're like, oh, it's just sinking, and then like you're thinking about other things, and then you realize it's like 10 minutes have passed, and you're like, I'm still sinking into this bed. You know, I've been sinking a long time. But you're so comfortable, because of the, you know, even if there was some sort of like trap that was smothering you, you're like, yeah, I don't
this
care.
is the way to go.
Yeah. If I'm going, I'm gonna be smothered by this really comfy bed.
Joke's on you, it's a mimic.
Before we settle in for the night, I'm going to take a peek at the book that I picked up,
Okay. You take a,
if I can find it in my Kinder pouch.
no, you can find it. And it's heavy. It's heavier than it should be for its size.
It's a trike.
What's that?
It's a trike.
It's a trike. It's like if you were to gauge its size, it would be, rather than being made out of wood, it would have to be made out of steel. But it's regular, you know, paper pages, and it's got a wood, you know, outer cover to it, like they did in protect some of the books back in the day. But yeah, this is more like if you went to the gym and grabbed a 45-pound iron plate. It's massively heavy.
Well, all right.
What is it?
Can
Does it have a title?
you read magic? You have arcane knowledge?
I do.
Yes.
Then roll me a check, right? And this one's gonna be kind of tough, though. You have to, it doesn't have to be a natural 20, but you have to get a 20 to be able to read its title.
How about I just use a comprehend languages cantrip?
Um,
Or spell rather.
Okay, well, with that, you get the word octurno.
Okay. That's the only thing I can pick up.
That's from the title. That's to use the spell, and you felt like it was pushing the magical energy to get that.
Okay. I think this will take some more study and I'll stick it back in the bag.
I want
Yeah.
to investigate the book that I stole.
Okay.
22.
The book you stole is basically the librarian's guide how not to die in the library.
So this is good. I want to see what Maisie stole. I'm gonna search for Maisie. We should go through the things you stole because you said they're really heavy and see which ones are useful and which ones aren't.
Like, so my parents, when I used to go trick or treating and they said they wanted to go through my candy, they ate all the good stuff.
This isn't like that.
I don't want you to take my
I'm not
my
gonna take
stuff.
your stuff, Maisie. You earned this all fair and square.
I
I'm
mean,
just
maybe
saying,
I'll
you said
do
it was
something, but
heavy.
you can't, they said it was a tax.
I promise, and I'll just put my hands behind my back. You show me what you found and I won't touch any of it.
Okay, so she's pulling out stuff, and then like the third thing she was like, you see it for a second, and apparently it was a second tooth from the other guy, which she puts it back in your pocket really quick. Oh, you didn't see. She's like. and so she's got various different calibrated instruments and things like that, and she's got this one thing which is says it's a basically a spectral EMF meter.
Oh.
And that seems to be kind of a very expensive thing, and you can actually turn it on and needles move and stuff like that. So it's that was made by like an artificer. So in and of itself, that's a very expensive piece of equipment. So everything she stole was expensive. So she's got hundreds of dollars worth of scientific stuff that you'd have to try to fence on the black market, type thing. It would be useful to a scientist or an archaeologist, type thing, or maybe even an artificer, but it's not terribly useful just in your hotel room, type thing.
Okay.
But so she turns it on and you get little things, and it's kind of like if you seen Supernatural, she like
Yep.
it'll point in different directions and stuff like that, and little blips, or you can think of the Ghostbuster thing with the thing of dee, like.
Yeah.
And so she's playing around with some of that type stuff. She's got she's got a little jar that has some black liquid in it, and when she puts one little piece of metal towards it, it goes over towards it and kind of dances around it, type thing. So she's been playing with that, making a little black thing move type thing, and dance around. She doesn't know what it is.
Pocket dimension.
but she thinks it's really cool type thing. She's got this tube that she can press a button and light comes out the end of it.
Wow.
She's like,
It's lightsaber.
that's just flashlight.
Flashlight.
And she's like,
I was thinking laser pointer.
That's so cool, Maisie. What are you gonna do with all this stuff?
She's like, I don't know. I was hoping some of it I could use as a weapon. I don't think anything weapons worthy.
I don't know, that black stuff could be weapon worthy.
It's just magnetic goo.
No.
It is harmless.
Maybe it's magical magnetic. Oh. Well, I think we need to get her back folding, I think.
That'd be
I can
perfect.
make one.
We
And-
do.
And so, yeah, so she's just, got a bunch of like random stuff. And apparently throughout your various different ventures, you're like, wait a minute, I remember that. That was in the idol that was on the wall. You know what I mean? Wait a minute, what isn't that the painting from Death's office? You know?
Awesome,
She
okay.
seriously has a pocket dimension.
We're gonna have to get her, does she already have a bag of folding?
Nope.
We're gonna have to.
Somehow she's just tiny.
Magic.
Mhm.
Just don't ask.
This Hobbit magic is.
We're sure she's not a kender.
Yeah.
Just accept it.
Alright, well,
That's fantastic.
that's very exciting, Maisie. I think that these items some of them could be really useful.
Like after this last haul, she was really, going up the stairs, she was getting winded. She had so much weight on her.
Well, I'm gonna whisper to her, don't worry, we'll make a necklace for you with that tooth later. I'll wink at her.
And so she smiles and everyone's going to bed for the night.
Yeah. I'm already out.
Okay, you guys have all sunk into your slumber and whatnot. And so it's nighttime, it's dark, it's quiet. Brian, you hear a voice in your head.
Ooh.
It's screaming at you to wake up, but it seems far away, but it seems to be getting closer and closer, and you're having this just weird dream where you're just like, something suffocating you, and you're trying to, like a pillow's over you, and you're trying to, push it away, and you can't quite make out the word, whatever this thing is yelling at you, but it's getting louder and clearer.
I'm gonna fight to wake up because I'm pretty sure that's Steve telling me something's wrong.
So make a wisdom check, and you want to make a wisdom of 15.
So I'm an elf, so I don't have to sleep. I meditate semi-conscious for 4 hours.
Mhm.
Would I notice anything going on? Could I maybe make a check to see if I notice anything?
Well, let's see.
Perception, I guess.
I got the dirty 20.
You got the dirty 20. I've tangled myself up a little bit. I have to reposition. Now, for you, unless, what did you get roll for?
I didn't roll, I will.
Yeah, so.
Perception.
What's better?
19?
Nice.
19 is not enough.
Okay, so I would,
You are asleep. I know you just meditate, but you are out.
I am super meditating.
Yeah. So, and what did you say you got, Brian?
20.
I got a dirty 20.
You got a dirty 20. You do hear Steve, and like I said, Steve doesn't talk to you in words, but you understand it. Type thing whenever he talks to you. And he's screaming at you to wake up. Right? And so now roll me a will save, and you have to make a 15.
Just made it 15.
Your eyes open, and apparently you've been in some sort of combat with this person who's above you. Your forehead hurts. All your comrades, between all the commotion, stuff like that, nobody's waking up. You're the only one, and so Steve's been fighting him off. You see that he's wrapped around this guy's face, so he can't see, type thing, and he's trying to use your body as best he can to fight him off. There was something in his hand, and it's broken now, that he was trying to use on you as a weapon. So
Can I catch him by surprise if he thinks I'm still asleep and kind of redirect whatever broken thing is into him?
yeah, go ahead. Roll me make an attack. It would be a strength based attack.
Crit.
Yay!
You hear kind of a whirring sound, and this instrument bores into the guy's head on the side around the temple, and then a bunch of liquid just starts pumping out the side, and he stops moving.
Oh dear.
And I'll shout and scream and try and wake the rest of them up while I'm looking around to see if there's anybody else, any other attackers.
Nobody wakes up.
Am I alone, or is there somebody on everybody else?
No, it looks like you were the last one visited type thing. Everybody else has a tiny red dot in between their eyes.
Oh, that's not good. I'll check the other rooms and make sure is everybody out?
Yes, everybody, you check the other rooms, all the other people, all the other guests, right? And everybody in this place is unconscious, and everybody has a red dot on their forehead.
Are they still alive?
They're still alive. You check their vitals, everyone's breathing.
Okay, well, that's good. I'll pick somebody and make a concerted effort to really try and wake them up, slap them around, kind of like Steve was doing to me.
You know, you're like, yeah, they just, whatever you do, you can't, shake them awake.
Okay, I'm kind of at a loss here. Steve, got any ideas?
Steve wants to get out of here and look around.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him. How about we take a look out the window first?
Yeah, you look out the window, it's still nighttime, and you see like guards slumped over like over walls and things like that. Just people wherever they were are just all asleep.
Okay, I'm gonna take a closer look at my attacker and see if I can figure anything out about him.
Well, from all that you could see, even before you killed him, he looked like he was a corpse. I mean, he's cold, he's whitish and blue.
What was the device that he was trying to use?
It looks like some sort of it resembles like a giant syringe type thing, but it has a clockwork component to it. It's more of a hollow drill than anything else. It's, so
Does it look like it's for injecting or extracting?
it looks like it can do both, and he has vials of substance that's all over him. Like he's got these vials that has
Like Dibbler.
Well, yeah, like Dibbler, but he's not, not the salesperson selling watches and stuff,
He just has all the vials.
Break a vial, break a vial.
Yeah, can I figure anything out about the vials? Are they all the same? Are they different?
They're moving. There's something, the stuff that's in them is moving, and they have different patterns and colors to them, and they're changing and moving.
And nothing's labeled though?
Well, it's labeled, but not in like a language you can understand, and don't even bother to roll. You wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
Steal a spell's ring. Use my ring to see if you can tell what's in the vials.
I think it's kind of odd that there's this one guy did all of this. I'm gonna take another look out the window and see if there's anybody else moving around out there.
Upon closer look, you can actually see more of these like dead type people, you know what I mean? And they seem to be, some of the sleeping people who they haven't gotten to yet. You can see them putting this thing up to the center of their head, and it drills a hole right into the center of the head type thing. And in the case that you saw, it looked like they injected something, a liquid went into them type thing, and then they pulled it out. And as you're looking around, the holes that you see on your friends' heads, type thing, they seem to be healing, even the blood's absorbing back into it, leaving no trace.
I would just break one of the vials open and see what it does.
Yeah, let's just pick one at random and see what happens.
You break one, and do you remember, like in Harry Potter, when he had that thing where he could take memories out and put it into
The pencil.
Planthiar.
the Planthiar?
Planthiar.
Well, anyways, so this little wisp,
Yeah, right, it's the Penzier.
the
That's the bowl. The whole thing, the collective thing is called the Planthiar.
well, anyways, so this wispy thing, like a cloud, goes up into the air and then just gets thinner and thinner, and goes away.
Hmm.
All right, whoever's hole has started to heal up, I'll see if I can wake them up now.
Still nothing. And then all of a sudden, all the sound of the town comes back on again. You hear various different guards just, oh, all right, let's time to make the rounds, type thing. And the sounds of the everything, starts back up again. And there's a moment later, there's a knock on the door, and it's the friendly lady, and she goes, will you be needing anything else? Your laundry is all clean and pressed for you, and ready for you to start your new day.
Nope, everything's good here.
All right, well, we thank you for staying with us. If you need to stay longer, just please see me on the way out. And the rooms do book up quickly. You got lucky to have gotten this one. It was a pleasure to have you,
Great, thanks.
When you hear a walk. And so you guys all wake up and you're like, you just slept great. You feel wonderful.
We just see a dead body on the floor.
Yeah, well, there's a dead body on the floor, but I mean,
Is it actually morning now?
Yeah, I'm like, is it actually morning or is it still the middle of the night?
it's still nighttime. It's like about the time that you guys arrived, probably, when you arrived probably around just after, sunset, and it seems like it's just after sunset the next day.
Oh, no.
So did we miss a whole day then? Cause you said we arrived at sunset, what?
Yeah, if you go downstairs and look in the calendar, say you rode on the 17th, it says the 18th.
But it's the night of the
It's the
18th.
night of the 18th.
Oh,
I'm gonna look at Maisie and say, Maisie, did you kill this guy? Or just shake.
No, I'll explain what I saw to everybody.
I don't think I did, but sometimes I sleepwalk, and I used to take my sister's pillow, and I used to swear I didn't, but then my parents saw that I did, and
No, it's okay, Maisie. It wasn't you. That was me.
well, I could have if I wanted to.
I believe you, you're fully capable of killing a
I
guy.
could have taken.
Yep.
Tyrix is gonna look at the body and be like, holy, Quentin, what did you do?
So I'll explain the whole everything that happened, as well as I can remember, and ask you guys if you have any other insight onto what happened here. Thankfully, Steve woke me up, and I didn't get it out of my head, but You all got a dot on your head, so I don't know what happened to you.
I wanna use my magical ring on one of you guys. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Okay, well, I'll look at Anu with my magical ring. Do I see anything out of the ordinary?
Well, you wanna look at her, she's full of diseases.
Oh, that's a really good point, Tyra.
She's already looked at me though, so she knows what my normal.
That's
even
true,
full of
that's
disease-
true.
No, so she knows what I look like
Maybe,
normal.
7.
As far as that goes, now if someone had a wound closed magically, for a while you can tell. You know,
Okay.
it's stitched together, but it has a look to it, you know, that
Okay.
like it looks plasticky or fake under the ring type thing. And then slowly, like the body, it's kind of like scar tissue, you know, even though it doesn't look like scar tissue, it's healed with magic. And the body slowly fills in that scar tissue. And you have basically that going into your brain, like something that was about that, you have magical scar tissue going to about the, you know,
Is
center
there-
of your brain.
Anything that appears foreign in the brain, like should be there,
Or is missing.
or is missing?
As far as that goes, is there's probably less fluid, because there's normally fluid in the brain cavity and things like that, you know,
There's less
cerebral
fluid in the
spinal fluid. You have less cerebral spinal fluid. Your body will naturally replenish that. It's not anything that would kill anybody, you know, type thing, but it is missing.
It does sound like important fluid.
Is everybody else okay if I check them and see if they're showing the same?
They're all showing the exact same symptoms except for Ryan's character. Ryan's the only one that
Hugh
didn't
doesn't have,
didn't
yeah,
get thrilled.
okay,
His symbiote type thing. And your symbiote lets you know that it was a fight for him to stay awake and he doesn't sleep. Whatever
Okay.
I don't
whatever
really
happened
see-
almost put him under.
Yeah, it's obviously some kind of magic sleep.
Yeah, I think they're.
It
Someone,
might even be some kind of time dilation thing too, because I still have that watch and I'm the only one that would be outside of that too.
oh, that's,
Maybe that combination of the two is what gave me a chance to wake up.
I don't know, were you wearing your tinfoil hat to bed? Could have been that too.
Of course, I always wear that.
Maybe I need to get rid
Really
of
couldn't
those.
get through it.
That's tinfoil.
Well, unfortunately, it's like 9 o'clock,
I
you know,
know.
type thing. And you know, we can of course pick this up next time type thing, and if you guys want to play longer, I can play longer, but I'm not sure if everyone's time is.
I'm falling asleep. I gotta go.
Okay. But
We'll come
yeah,
up
so
with-
now you have to uncover the mystery. You know,
Of the brain juju.
you know, that is, yes, the new Alexandria, as in the Library of Alexandria.
Yep, burn down.
Yeah.
Want to talk about that?
So yeah, so that's where we're gonna have to end.
Okay. I like your Tesla coil. That was really fun.
Thank you. I'm gonna try to get that thing working again.
That was cool. Do we technically get the benefits of a long rest then?
Yeah, we have a really long rest, Gary.
Yes, you get the benefits of a full night's sleep. It was a comfortable, deep, full night's sleep. Like you guys are not less hit points, you don't feel bad, you didn't have nightmares, everything seems
Not
fine.
like
If,
it really
you know,
matters.
if Quentin wasn't telling you this and you had a dead body, you know, you would have no way of knowing type thing, you would have a hard time believing it, you know what I mean?
Next time you probably check with dead body.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, without that ring where she says she could see the magical scar tissue type thing, there'd be no way, there's not a sore spot, there's not a mark, there's nothing.
But the only thing that she noticed was missing fluid.
Missing fluid, yeah, you're, you know,
Spinal fluid
your
or.
But
cerebral spinal fluid.
Okay.
but not like a chunk of brain.
Not the brain itself, though, just the fluid was drained off,
Okay,
you know. Not enough to kill you, like type thing,
yeah,
but, you know, your body will replace it, but it's just a,
Yeah,
That's still disturbing. I mean,
first session.
one last question before we go, is like our memory fuzzy on anything, or our thoughts fuzzy on anything?
no, not you guys, unfortunately, if you had a few more minutes, you know, anything that's like the. You need just to explore a little bit more to start to go, oh, that oh moment you haven't hit yet.
we will start with the
Basically, you have to leave your room and.
Castle. Oh.
Hey, but we got to the third section this time, so that's
Yeah.
something. That explains the tomato thing.
Everyone,
It's all our shopping stuff, did we?
everyone have a Merry Christmas.
And thank you,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
thank you for the tribute, and that was awesome. Thank you, Brian, for a crap load of figs.
Well,
Yeah, they're not the same quality that that Aaron can make, but I made up for it in quantity.
Let's see,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to get this thing going again. And all. Mountain King. Square waves.
Mary absolutely loves that song. When she was like 3,
I love Maisie.
I did too. Yeah, when Mary was like 3, her babysitter played that song for her and asked her, what is this song about? Because songs tell a story, right? And she says, it's a knight and he's going to fight an alligator. And then it like gets louder, right? And she's like, he's fighting the alligator and he's winning.
I don't know if I've heard this song.
You don't think you've heard it? It's a good one.
It's so weird. I've played this exact music before, and now it's acting like my phone's got a virus or something. Like I try to open it, it's like, you know, you won this thing. Click here to download.
Oh, God.
I'm like, what? I played this. So it's frustrating me. So maybe if I just go to.
You're trying to get it to play on the Tesla coil.
Yes. So. Square wave music, Hall of the Mountain King. See if this plays at least. Okay, Hall of the Mountain King. No, on the Tesla coil. Play on the. All right.
Was it that was it?
Do the thing. Connecting. Okay. Good. Now, back to YouTube. No. Do connect the. That's what coil. Let's go back.
If you would have got that to play in that moment, that would have been so cool.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was playing and saying, oh, you can play music? Well, I can too. Sorry it's so loud.
That's so cool.
Oh, did Brian get to see it?
I don't think so.
Oh, did you hear it that time, Brian?
Yeah, I could see and hear.
Okay. So yeah, that's Hall of the Mountain King on a Tesla coil.
That's awesome, and I have heard that before.
Yeah.
I just didn't
Yeah.
know that it's.
No, the name of it, I didn't know the name of it until our babysitter.
Yeah, you probably heard it in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Mhm. And yeah, so. And I have some stuff we didn't get to do because I have some recorded stuff for Maisie. And we didn't get to that, so we'll have to play that. And I have some, if your daughter can make it over, I have some lines for her to read.
She's on winter break,
Yeah,
so.
she's on winter break, so we can come whenever.
So
You can, I can't. I'm still working.
We'll just have the other one with us, and he's a tiny twister of a human, but that's okay. I can contain him.
all right. Well, I had a great time. Like I said, this is the start of the adventure and the start of the mystery. You'll have to figure out what's going on.
Okay,
So fun.
and the psychic damage on my sword, that's only if the crit lands, right?
Yes, in the extended crit range, yeah.
Are we on for the 5th?
We level up.
Yeah, I think the next day, so.
We do level up?
Yeah, so you guys level up and the next game, let's see, is the, because 29th and, yeah, it's, so January 5th and January 19th are the days we're playing.
Hey. Cool. Do you guys want me to leave the snacks for next time?
You can if you want.
So our next session is next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will, yeah, we can leave some snacks for next time.
Yeah, 2 weeks, we're back on our 2 weeks schedule.
On the 5th.
Okay.
Will you guys eat the vegetables, but put them in a to-go bag?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my child will just, she's like a rabbit, like a human.
I like it.
When I had, right after I had Arthur, she's like, Mom, can I have some tomatoes? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I turn around, all of the grape tomatoes in the whole container are gone. And I'm like, guess that was lunch.
It's okay.
She's obsessed.
I eat like an actual tomato, like an apple.
Mhm.
And my niece saw me doing that. And so now we have to hide the tomatoes because she'll just eat it like an apple. But she's only 5 and tomato gets everywhere with a 5.
She and Mary would get along so well because Mary's just turned 6 in October. Is she in kindergarten?
She is, yes.
Oh, they would get along so well. They need
Yeah.
like some.
Oh my goodness, yes. My Andy Bug needs friends.
So in this town, the hourglasses are doing something wonky with that, right?
Yes. He said that the hourglasses were in flux. So that means the amount of sand in the hourglass
I don't know, Monday.
was changing or stopped
I
flowing.
don't have a
Like some
plan
of them
for Christmas.
are just like gone, if it, they were laid on their side, they're not flowing type. But they're not, they're on a shelf and they should flow. And how that their construction is shifted.
Their construction was shifted?
Yes, it says in the teaser, Death is talking about what the construction of it looks like. It's someone who has a gentle, kind soul.
So my
Yes,
sister, her kids
sure,
are really
let's see,
So she has a
yeah.
friend that
You're
lives
trying to think
around the corner that they occasionally play with.
It's just on the website, so you give us.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
One thing is scheduling, because like I work and during school hours, and then after school, because we live 20 minutes away from where I work.
Hourglass.
Cause I work over here and live in Taylorsville, and so it's like, what do I do for 2 hours while she's at a play date,
So it doesn't have to, I live.
Let's see,
That's just too.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I was really excited for it.
So, kind souls are fine, elegantly crafted, while bitter, full, selfish souls are made of things like, plants or weeds.
I think just going through this change of.
So they're in flux. Did you get that, Brian, about the last part about the hourglasses changing?
So fun.
Not completely. I couldn't quite hear you, but I got the gist of it.
Yeah, did you not see that about the hourglasses being different?
I read it today, but I guess I forgot about it.
Yeah, because
I had to read it, I read it like 4 times,
Yeah.
so I was.
So yeah, that's all that stuff's kind of an important bit, even the sound bite. And the sound bite that you heard is gonna make more sense next session, right? Because I'm doing these sound bites with this, particular voice, lady. You've heard these little things and they fit into the story. You know what I mean? And they are a bigger part of the story than you guys know.
You're like a supplementary.
Whew,
Okay,
totally thought I was gonna have to tell you I was gonna miss a session next month. But
okay.
I will be on vacation the off week, so I will be there. Cause I'm going.
Yeah, everyone plan your vacations around Dean. Yeah,
Yes.
so just make sure.
Yeah. No, my parents and I are going up to Arizona to see our family that live down there in Arizona. And I can finally sit in the car and I can finally like be a human being. And so like I can go this time. And so we're surprising everyone with
you.
me.
All right.
So they don't, because they don't know I'm coming.
I'll say goodbye to Mr. Brian here and then I'll walk you kids out. Well,
Yep, sounds good. See you guys later.
thanks, Annie. Did Brian help? Did Mike help you ship them? Is that why it's from you and Mike?
Yeah. Mike actually paid for the shipping. I was gonna send him money, but he decided he wanted to be part of it, so.
Okay, I'll thank him directly. It was great having you and see you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I was thinking
Sounds good. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
It's kind of like a song,
Sharing
but
and
I need to